part of the Press Play Podcast Network.
Hello and welcome to Podcast 616, the official podcast of Earth 616. I am your host, Damon Royster. A little bit about me. I am a writer, an actor, improviser, teacher, podcaster, and somehow still a disappointment to my family. They wanted me to be a lawyer, but instead, I love the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I love it so much that I am doing a dang podcast, y'all. Here it is. We're doing it now. I have been watching Marvel content for decades, from the MCU films. It started in 2008 with the first Iron Man movie. Even before that, I watched all the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies. And before that, I was watching all the 1990 superhero cartoons on Fox Kids. I love it all. The characters and stories are just so mythic to me, but more than that, if I can get real for a second. They're all so human in Marvel. Every story comes from a human place that leads to some heartbreaking moment. I'm sure we can all remember when Spoiler, discovered Spoiler, and then Spoiler snapped Spoiler's fingers, and then Spoiler happened. Then, of course, Spoiler died. God. Memorable moments, all of them. But there's also some really fun moments that happen. The baby Groot of it all, y'all. I truly believe that Marvel is a celebration of what superheroes fight for, and not an examination of how gritty superheroes can be, like some other comic book companies that shall remain nameless. We're talking about DC. But a little bit of the logistics of how this podcast works. On Podcast 616, our goal is to get you ready for the next big Marvel movie. Each week, I will have different comedians, actors, writers, and friends joining me to watch and discuss the movies, TV shows, and sometimes the trailers that are out there so we can all stay up to date with the ever-evolving world of the MCU. This will also be a safe space for Marvel fans and non-Marvel fans alike. Yes, believe it or not, there are people who are not fans of the MCU. It's bizarre, but it does happen. Each week, I will be joined by one Marvel expert and one Marvel newbie to get both perspectives on whether or not this movie or show works. A big worry I heard from a lot of MCU fans is whether or not casual viewers will get what's going on. But I've gathered these casual viewers here to ask them. This podcast is for everyone. This franchise is so fun, and I will attempt to break down that thick wall between nerd and regular humans. Finally, peace is on the horizon. I am so excited to get started and welcome all of you on this journey, this podcasting journey, brought to you by myself and the wonderful people at the Press Play Podcast Network, P3. That's our chant. So please subscribe now. We are starting with a very strange endeavor. Pause for laughter. We are starting with all the movies and shows that will get you ready for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, out this May in 2022. So yes, we're going to be talking about Spider-Man, Shang-Chi, and of course, everyone's favorite Scarlet Witch, Wanda. So please join us, listen, subscribe, and just let me know how I'm doing. And also remember that with great power comes great responsibility.